Well, hi and welcome to my beautiful office. So I'm just taking on a bit of a tour around the reserve, tell you what's happening at this time of year, which is the best time of year. We're heading into spring. Lots of birds are already starting to rebond with their partners, feeding them worms, doing all those sort of things, chasing each other. So I'll have a little look at that today, and I have one of those sort of instances happening right now. This is a shot I've wanted for a long time. We've got I may have stuffed this up. You can hear him. It's the wood duck, not the Pacific duck. This has got the shorter bill. There's a tree just off in the distance here, well, a dead, broken tree. So it's got a hollow top on it. Last year they nested in there, and I missed out sort of getting good shots of them flying up to the nest. So this year I intend to do that. So as I walked in just before into the reserve early morning, the male was sitting on top. Our female was about to come down, but I've stuffed that. Talking. At Dusky Antechinus the last 5 weeks, I've been paying a lot of attention to them on the trails. So they're running through the same spots all the time. They do this every year. There's the same trails they come across, and there's one spot we'll go to soon. Yeah, it looks like I may have completely stuffed this up. We'll go down there soon and we'll stand there for a little while until we'll get some more footage. I got a little bit, but I want a hell of a lot more of the Dusky Antechinus scavenging around for food, building themselves up. The breeding season, it may have already started, I just don't know yet, but the silver wattle is so close to bursting into flower, and that's when you know the breeding season has definitely started, because it causes the chain reaction that's needed for animals to breed, because there'll be a ton of insects. Well, this is where the Dusky again keeps on eluding me. I'm getting little flashes of them. I'm on a bridge that the Shire, my local Shire, put in. You can see this tree has fallen down on it. But they're going underneath and all around the grassy areas here looking for food. It's been really, really active. So I've just been parking myself here. Getting those quick little glimpses. I got one sort of footage that's interesting. The rest I've just deleted because they're just little flashes. Just there you can see some dead bracken behind me. They run across there a lot, and then what I'm doing from there is just watching the grass move. The telltale signs that they're moving to a certain spot. So there's a log just on the ground here, a fallen tree, half in the water. They like going underneath that and popping out every now and then. I haven't got that on film yet, so that's what we're trying to achieve here. So I'm just watch the grass move and try to predict when it's going to come out or whether it is going to come out there. So while you're sort of focusing on that happening, there'll be another one over here running in the grasses, and that's searching for, in the grasses I should say, for insects. So yeah, that can get a little full on. You've got split seconds to film before they disappear. You get disturbed by birds coming past as well, so ruin where you think, oh, it's going to come up to that spot. I'm all ready. All I've got to do is press the record button. A bird scares them off. pair of ground thrushes in front of me. They're both looking for worms because the ground's very soft. There's been a lot of rain, so there's a lot of worms coming up to the surface. It's interesting to watch. Oh, I've got a dusky. Interesting turn of events, telling you about the ground thrush, and then I spotted just in those sages there. Yeah. Dusky Antechinus, I'd say by the size of it, might have been a female. So anyway, time to get to work. Well, this is very interesting. That Dusky Antechinus has not come out of those sages there, blade grass if you want to call it that, and I haven't seen any movement at all. Like if it was foraging for food, you would see the grass move every now and then. There's been nothing. So I'm very suspicious that she has a nest in there. She's gone to sleep. Quite likely. Oh, I've been here 15 minutes or more. More than enough time for something to happen. And it hasn't, so we have to keep our eye on this. I did get interrupted as I was talking about those pair of ground thrushes. They're rebonding, and actually I'm suspicious of them actually already have a nest maybe built. But they're definitely strengthening their bonds together. A male keeps running up every now and then and giving her a worm. And again, I've stuffed up with this dusky. It just shot out. Anyway, we'll continue to try and get some footage of it. Well, half an hour has passed since I last talked to you, and I still haven't got any bit of footage of her. She's been sprinting from one sage bush to the next, and not giving me any indication that she's going to do so. So I'm looking for any telltale movements of the blade grass, or just even her, the movement of her. I keep missing out. And also the R6 is pissing me off. I can't leave it on, and this is where it falls down as a wildlife camera. The battery life will just drain super quick if you leave it on, ready for action, which I do with my camcorder. So that makes it extremely hard to get anything. All I can do is wait for the grass to move, which I've got some grass moving in front of us now. So it seems though the camera is already rolling. I'll just keep talking. Maybe she'll pop her head out. Yeah, definitely. She's definitely. Here we go. I blew it. I saw the grass moving. I got the camera turned on. We're all set. We're ready to go. I said that it might come out, so I started recording. Sprinted across. I thought, beauty, got it. No, you didn't. You didn't press the button hard enough. So again, we failed because we're concentrating on the subject running across. We don't make sure that the button was pressed with recording. Oh man, the amount of times I've done that. You learn your lesson and you're right for quite some months, and then you do it again. Come to check out nesting box number 2, which I do regularly every Sunday to see if there's any activity going on. There has been an agile female, been checking this out for the last 3 months. It's turning up once a week, twice a week sometimes, and I'd expect that that would increase, especially from the last 2 weeks ago. But she's only been turning up once, maybe twice a week. So we'll just have a look whether she's had a lot more activity this week anyway. So we'll just check that out. Okay, so it's the 24th today. And the last entry was the 10th. So there hasn't been any this week. So doesn't exactly mean that she's not going to take it up. But we are into breeding season now, because I have seen some of the silver wattle trees have burst into flower. So we are right into it now. And I'll just keep coming back, maybe, you know, in the next few weeks, or maybe 3-4 weeks. She might take it up completely and really start building the nest up and getting it ready for having her young in there. But anyway, we'll just reactivate this. Make sure the lens is nice and clean, ready for action. And we'll put it back. I thought we'd have a little chat while I'm waiting for the Dusky Antechinus to come out into this area. Now, in my last video I talked about that I'd bought something very exciting. I didn't tell you what it was. I wanted to keep it a secret. But a lot of yous had a guess, and I thought, oh well, this is fun, so let's keep this going, because the people that had a guess were nowhere near it, what the item is. So let's everybody have a guess. So what we'll do is, I'll get you to go to my YouTube channel and go to the About page. My email address is there, so email me with your answer. And the person that gets it right first, I'll email them with some instructions about making a video with your mobile phone or whatever, and then download it via Google Drive by email to me, and I'll put you on the next video telling everybody what the item is. So I'll give you a bit of a clue. Now, I bought something about 4 years ago, but it was only like, say, a stopgap, just something to use that was good enough to use for now, but it wasn't really what I wanted. And also, that item wasn't invented at that time neither. But last year, finally, it's come out, and it was too expensive for me, but a turn of events has allowed me to be able to afford to buy it. That's it. That's all you're getting. So start guessing. Let's have some fun. Now, I learnt a really hard lesson earlier this year, and that was that you don't leave your tripod leaning up against something. You always make sure that you're going to trip over it as you leave. I'm setting it up on the track, and I put my camera bag down here like I normally do, and put things away. So we go put the backpack on, we're going to trip over that bloody tripod so we don't forget it. It was 2 days on. It's been shitty since yesterday, so I haven't done any talking to the camera. I've still been coming out here though, looking for the Dusky Antechinus, so I can film them going about their business of looking for insects or mating. Most of the wattle trees in this reserve have burst into flower, so it must be happening. So I'll keep coming out day after day and filming. We'll try to film them. The problem is drizzle, like I've got now. You probably won't be able to see it. It's very light, and it comes and goes. Yesterday it was just full-on rain with storms, and yeah, I've got this for the next 6 or 7 days. So I'll just keep persevering, keep coming out here like I do every year to try and get good footage of the Dusky, hopefully of it mating. That's been the main aim. The only thing that I've got was, years ago, I can't even remember how long. And I used to use the XF300, which is full HD, which nobody wants these days. I actually filmed a male slowly dying. As I was walking out of the reserve, it was crawling up out of the undergrowth out onto the track, dragging its back legs, because they'd given in because of the massive high level of testosterone that goes through their bodies. That's what pushes them on to mate with as many females as they can. Well, that ends up causing internal bleeding, so hemorrhaging of the organs and everything. So what I've seen is their back legs give out first, and then the rest of the body follows, and then they stop breathing because they have no muscle control to their lungs pump, so they die. I've been using the R6 to film in these horrible conditions because that's where it shines. It's just brilliant in low light. I don't use it otherwise for filming wildlife unless something happens in front of me and I don't have my camcorder with me. I'll use it then. It doesn't have very good dynamic range, so it makes it pretty hard to use it unless it's these dull, horrible days. Yeah, and it definitely is the camera to go to for these sort of conditions. So it's just a beautiful, clean, colourful image, very sharp, and a very desirable image that you get out of these sort of conditions. Thank you to everyone that's gone and checked my website out. I didn't think about it at the time with my last video to ask you to go and have a look to help me out with the Google algorithm. Google are telling me, oh, you've got another person, so it's awesome. That'll push me up and get seen, because at the minute you just type in capture it on, can't see anything. It doesn't come up. Put in its proper URL and of course it goes straight to the site. So you're helping me to get seen on Google. And thanks again to everyone that's gone onto my website. It's been awesome. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down there in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit the little bell, you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. And if you like this video, it'd be awesome if you could give me a thumbs up, help the algorithm on YouTube for me to get seen. That'd be awesome if you could do that for me. And if you want to go and have a look at all the other mad and crazy things I've been doing in the past, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take you to my channel. I talk about photographing and filming in the forest environment, out in the open, all sorts of things like that. And my passion, Antechinus, and the agile Antechinus in general. And when I go on adventures, I take you with me. So go and have a browse. There'll be something there of interest to you, I am sure. Now just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing, filming wildlife. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.